Hey guys, so before we get into this video, I realized while editing that the audio is trash. Okay, I tried my best to fix it and to cut it, and I had two fans going on, so there's a lot of white noise and just in the background, and I'm not just a loud talker, so I'm competing with two fans and an air conditioning. Yes, I like it really cold. So, you can understand me, you just have to pay attention, and I do apologize. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. What's up, guys? It is 7:37 in the morning on September 21st, 2020, and I just decided to kind of like vlog my day working from home as a social worker. I work in a hospital, so I obviously can't show you my screen just because I have like my patient's charts and stuff, the hospital charts and stuff open, and that would be breaking confidential in HIPAA. So I'll you along for the day. I usually start my day around 7:50, and I usually end my day at 4:30 or a little earlier, just depending on the day. But I'm about to make my bed and do something to my hair so I look presentable, and just kind of straighten up a little bit before I have to start work. So we have about 15 minutes to do that. So let's get to it. So I have about, it's 7:46 right now, and I'm going to attempt to put this load of laundry, fold it, and put it up by the time that I have to be at work. I want to clock in about 7:52, so let's get to it. Okay guys, so I'm officially clocked in for the day. So what I normally do is, because I work in a hospital, I work for 3 different entities in the hospital. So I work for the maternal fetal unit. And so that encompasses a lot of different factors. So I do a specialized clinic. That's what I do probably 85% of my time is just dedicated to that specialized clinic, working with women who are pregnant who also have SUD, which is substance use disorder. And then I also work with just like a more normal or traditional clinic. I rather say traditional clinic. And even then, it's more high risk pregnancies that I encounter with. I don't normally encounter with women who have stable social situations, or who have any concerns or immediate needs. So I work with more women who are high-risk pregnancies, who maybe aren't taking their medication, their blood pressure medication, or who are in need of immediate needs assistance. So that's just like maybe domestic violence, they need shelter, they need housing resources, they need food, they need baby supplies, they need additional counseling and support, they may have some mental illness concerns, they might need help with psychiatry and things like that. So that's where I spend the other chunk of my time. And so I do referrals to Children's Division. I do TDMs, which are team decision meetings. And so once Children's Division has taken upon that case and they have further concerns and don't want the baby to be discharged to mother immediately or right away when the baby is medically ready for discharge, then they have a meeting, and then they have other support, other organizations and programs that will help assist the family in whatever needs that they have. And so that is sometimes what I do, depending on if I have children in the hospital. So that's kind of like the first thing. I always pull up my email, and I always pull up Epic, and I go through inpatient first, and that is just to see if over the weekend, because I don't work weekends, if I've had any of my patients deliver. And so that just kind of like helps me get a better understanding of what needs to be done, how my day is going to look. And then I also look at this list of expected pregnant women to be delivering maybe this week or this month, and try to see if maybe they went to another hospital and delivered, or if they're still pregnant, if they have an appointment coming up, just to follow up with them, just to see how they're doing. Some women do go past their due date, and that's okay as long as they're healthy and fine and the baby's fine and comfortable. But other than that, they might have an induction of labor that comes up, and I only work 3 days out of the week, and so there's some times where I miss information because they came on a Tuesday and I may not have worked that Tuesday, and I didn't know that right away. So just going through that list right now just to see if I have any with my doctor or any names that I see. Usually if they're with that specialized clinic, they'll attach my doctor's name to that patient, and so it just kind of makes it easier to just go through the list or alphabetize it to that specific doctor, so that it just like clumps them all in one section. But I see that we have no new deliveries, which is great. We had a really, really busy last 2 months that were just like kind of traumatizing. So I will take no deliveries today coming back from a weekend, because that kind of sets me back a little bit when they deliver over the weekend or on like a Friday night or Saturday, because if children's vision does need to be involved, then it like cuts down on the time that the baby is in the hospital, because once the baby is ready to be discharged, the doctors need the baby to, you know, be able to go somewhere. So next, I will take a look at my actual clinic, that specialized clinic that I was talking to you about, and to see what the day is looking like. So at this point, I have my paper and my pen, and I am going to be writing down an A for my name, and those are my patients that are coming in today. I usually write down their appointment time, and then their name, and then maybe a sentence or two about them, like things that I need to do or get or talk to them about. And then I also write a list of MA, which is one of my coworkers, and MO, which is another one of my coworkers. And that's how I distinguish, like, okay, these are my patients, these are her patients, and these are her patients. And then I also will write an SWC, which is Need Social Work Consult, and that means that that person has not, they're new and they haven't been assigned a social worker yet. And so we just kind of take turns, or whoever is available will put them down. And so I write down like who to keep an eye out for. About 7 or 6 times out of 10, they won't come to their appointment. They'll come like later on in pregnancy when they start to like kind of freak out about children's division, or they're having complications, but they don't normally attend their appointments all the time. And so obviously I have patients, so some of them do, but those new ones, they don't come the first couple of times, or they just decide that like, oh, I'm going to come to my first appointment, and then we never really see them again until they deliver. And so that's what I'm about to do right now, is just kind of like write down their names. I'm not going to write down their actual names just so I can show you how this works. I'm just going to write down their initials, and that way you can kind of like get an idea of how I organize my day. Okay guys, so like I said, I broke it down to me and my coworkers. One of my coworkers actually works mostly on Tuesdays, so that's when a lot of her patients show up. So she doesn't have any today, and I have 3 that I definitely need to get in contact with. My coworker has 2. We both need to kind of like split up 2 of these girls, because AB is the same AB. I've
tried to have contact with her, but she didn't show up to her last appointment. So I want to try to make her mine, since I said that I would. And then we have 3 News, which sometimes we don't get the opportunity to meet with them during their first visit, just because that is just an extended visit and it is kind of long, and they are tired and exhausted and want to go home, which is completely understandable. So I try to get them, or we try to get them at their second appointment. So this is kind of like what my day looks like. So at this point now, I'm going to break down kind of just like what my 3 girls need, and talk to my coworker about splitting up these other 2 girls. And it looks like she can probably take, well, I don't really know. We just have to figure it out. But let me get to doing that. So for example, with one of my patients, she's 6 weeks postpartum. We usually ask about their mental health and mood, just to check for postpartum depression. So I'll put postpartum depression right there. And then the overall well-being of the baby, just are all the baby's needs met? Do you need anything? Do you need any diapers? Do you need to get any additional resources? Is baby needing their milestones? Just some brief questions about the baby, just to make sure that her and the baby are healthy and fine. Questions that she needs to ask the NP, and then also she needs to be checking in with her pediatrician for the baby, because we do not handle any like other needs and sickness. We just do like MAT, and then PCP, just making sure that she has a follow-up appointment, which put that down for myself, follow-up appointment, and then checking on the father of the baby, which is what FOB means, and then / her boyfriend. So just seeing how he is, and then when is she returning to work, and how is she in her thought process of wanting to go back to work. So that's just kind of how I break down. And then as I talk to them over the phone, I will just like write down my notes and then put them actually into the computer, and yeah, just chart my note that way. So like I said, I can't show you guys anything just because I don't want to break any confidentiality, but just know that I do contact my patients, and then whoever doesn't show for the appointment, I try to follow up with them and call them and try to encourage them to, I don't know why the light is weird, try to encourage them to make another appointment with our secretary. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is writing down the rest of my patients and their needs and things that I just need to touch bases with them. Friday, I usually get off earlier than normal, but when I was gone, I got a message from one of the nurse practitioners at the more traditional clinic, and one of the nurse practitioners emailed us, well, sent us a message through our system, and was just like, this patient needs assistance with psych. I gave her a list that we have here in the clinic. She has depression, anxiety, PTSD, and she started on medication today. And then she provided us with that phone number in order to reach out to her to try to help her with psych. And so that is something that we do. So it just depends on who has the availability or who wants to reach out. So normally we always just respond back to the nurse practitioner that we will give her a call. So that's what I'm typing now. And she'll say thanks. And I usually just send out to all of them, and I try not to call people before 10 o'clock just because I know that I wouldn't want to be called at that early in the morning about psych. And sometimes I find that patients will just be agreeable or say yes, or that they'll participate in treatment or psychiatry or counseling just to get their nurse practitioner or their doctor to stop talking or to just like drop the subject.
And so sometimes when I finally get in contact with them, they're just kind of like, oh, okay, but I can't force anyone to go, and I'm not going to force anyone to go unless they absolutely need to be admitted to the hospital. We usually try to follow up within the next couple of days, within that same week. So if she doesn't answer today or give a call back, I'll try to give her a call back again, maybe Wednesday, and see if she answers or she responds then. And yeah, so that's pretty much all that I have right now. I am using my phone to record, and so I do have to call patients and call my coworkers in order to be connected to patients. So that's how we're doing it right now. Since I'm working from home, it's one of us social workers is actually in office every day of the week except for Fridays because we don't see patients. I will call in for Casey. She comes in at 10:30. So I'll let her know that like I definitely need to be connected to Casey, and she comes in at 10:30. And whenever she has availability, after it's maybe before the nurse practitioner sees her, or the doctor sees her, or they complete her blood work, or they're working up another girl, they may need to kill some time. They'll let me join in, so it's kind of just like a waiting game, and just like chess to see like how we're going to move the pieces. So I just kind of have to be patient, and so I have to call in, or sometimes I'll just call their cell phone before or after their appointment if they're pretty good at answering their phone, which one of my girls is pretty good at answering her phone, which happens to be KC. So sometimes I like to call her before her appointment or during her appointment, just because she's a chatty girl and I love it. But like sometimes I'm like I have two girls coming in at 10:30, and so I have to be strategic, and like sometimes I may be on the phone with one and they like, we need you to see this one girl, and so I try to get to Casey before her appointment just so that she has enough time to just like communicate to me with the things that she needs, or just vent, or just like talk to me about whatever it is that she needs to talk to me without feeling rushed, because there have been some times where I rushed her and I feel bad because she's a lovely girl and I want everybody to have their time. However, there are other people that need my attention too, so I just kind of have to like play it by ear. But sometimes I try to wait until they actually go to their appointment, because sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm on my way, and they never show up. So that's what I'm about to do. So is try to just figure out with my coworker how to navigate the day, and yeah, so I'll check back in with you guys later on. So it's about 9:44, and I just wanted to give you a brief update about just how the day's going. So I've already made 2 calls regarding those new patients. Like I said, like it's more than likely that at least one of our news, and we have 3 today, that won't show up. And so the 9 o'clock new did not show up, and also the 8:15, and I've already called both of them. One mother is going to try to relay the message to call us back, and then one did not even answer the phone, and I don't even think her phone is connected during this time, so I was unable to leave a voicemail for her. But now I'm just like looking through and checking down who's next to be contacted. My next patient doesn't show up until 10:30, and I want to try to get those 2 girls. And right now I'm just going through the inpatient, labor and delivery floor, mother-baby floor, the NICUs, just to see if I've had any moms go into the hospital or any babies go into the hospital for any reason. And so I'm just checking that right now, just going through that, making sure that I check that throughout the day. And since the last time I talked to you guys, one of our moms did deliver 2 twins, and so my coworker is probably on that since that's her patient. I don't really have to do anything. I'll just assist her with whatever she needs if she wants me to. So it's about 11:04. It's the same day. I just thrown a sweater because I got a little cold. But my coworker just informed me that one of our patients actually passed away, and I'm just processing that right now, and just what that looks like for her child and her family. And she had family that really cared about her and really wanting her to do well in her sobriety and recovery. And so I just gotta take a moment to just process that. I put on some gospel music on my iPad and just taking this time to also just like check in on my coworker that was her patient, and just process whatever emotions or feelings that she has, and just take the time to just reflect and just be grateful. And for me, just pray for her and her family and her son. You know, just remind and center myself back on why I'm in social work, and why I do what I do, and why it's always just a great thing to just show people kindness in whatever capacity that you can, in whatever capacity you can, and just be nice to people, because you never know what they're going through. And at the end of the day, I'm a human being, and I care about other humans, and regardless of what she did in her past, or how she died, or what she had in her system while she died, that doesn't erase the fact that she's a human being, and she had people that loved her, and she didn't get the opportunity to see her son grow and develop, and now he has to deal with that. So that loss and that pain and that emptiness of not having his mother there, and I'm just taking that time. It's going to take some time to just process that, and really internalize that, and figure out a way to use that sadness as motivation and encouragement to continue to encourage my patients and provide them with the support and the best quality of care that I can, so that we can get as many women, as many moms, as many families healed, in sobriety, in recovery. So yeah, that's just all I'm going to say about it. It's just like I have empathy for her and her family, and I have to keep pushing, because I still have pregnant moms who are dealing with substance use disorder and who need some extra love and attention, and I'm always going to be a person that's going to show them positivity. So, but today is going by really fast. Pretty much everybody but one of my patients no-showed. Go back to the schedule. Yeah, so we only have one patient that showed up the entire day so far.
A psych referral for one of my patients at the other clinic, the more traditional one that doesn't like specialized in substance use disorder. So I'm going to give her a call to try to get some information and see if I can refer her. I don't know where my pen went. This is Ms. Hi, my name is Ajane. I'm one of the social workers at the hospital, and I was told that you were wanting some referrals for psych. Okay. So I was wondering if I could get your email address so that I can send you this information that I have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is there any specific area or like a preference to a male or a woman?
There's no preference on male or woman, but I will send you some stuff with my contact information, so we can just like look into those, and you can try to see if they're accepting new patients, and if not, then we'll continue to move on. But I'll look through some under your insurance. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.
So that's pretty much it. Normally, if I was at my actual clinic, then I would be able to contact her, well, go to see her directly. Or if I was already busy with another patient or patients at my specialized clinic, then I would just give her a call like I did now, and just talk with her briefly. But it sounded like she had a lot going on, and so I didn't want to hold her up or like take a lot of her time. So I just got her email address and just asked her some brief questions like, does she have a preference? Because I don't want to traumatize anyone. A lot of women, a lot of men, they do have preferences on what they prefer. And so I always just like to ask, just to give them an option, because you never know if they've been in a controlling or abusive relationship. You never know if they have any trauma with a male or a woman physician or doctor, or just don't feel comfortable just being alone in a room one-on-one with a male or a woman. And so I like to ask just to give them the option, so I'm just not like just completely ignoring or disregarding their choices and their freedom. And so I like to ask those questions. I ask for a good Well, obviously I know the phone number works, so I asked for a good email address to forward the information, and then I usually like to look to see if they have any insurance, and if they do have insurance, I try to go under their insurance to see who is available and covered, and then I based it off of whatever I asked her where she wanted me to look, because just because someone lives in a certain zip code doesn't mean that that's necessarily where they live currently or where they prefer to get their treatment. Some people like to go 20 minutes or 40 minutes out just so they're not around anyone that they know. Or that's what I'm going to be doing now. It's just like looking up different resources for her that are covered under her insurance, and then also just community psych resources that are available to her so that she does have options. And then I just got another referral from another provider, and she's needing some baby items and a car seat, which is really easy. I already have that stuff like already worked out and stuff, so I'm gonna give her a call too and just get both done and accomplished, and so we can have just a fluid afternoon. And I want to work out, and then I can just catch up on my notes.
What we do here is go back.
My lunch to work out, which my last patient actually ended up no showing. She was scheduled for tomorrow, so all of my patients are pretty much done and over. I'm gonna call the new because she didn't show up. And I did already complete all of my other work that needed to be done for today, so I'm just gonna take it easy, take it slow, and just play by ear. I work at a hospital, so at any point something can happen, things can change, a patient can be added on. If they're having any issues or complications, or if the doctor has any concerns, I am going to check inpatient. Everything seems to be going well, so I'm going to sit here and actually enjoy my lunch.
Thanks so much.
I'm just going to tell you guys that it's 3:07 right now. I have an hour and a half left of work, and one of my patients is at the hospital. Right now, she was not scheduled for an appointment today at the clinic. However, she is over at the hospital inpatient. I'm trying to look at her chart now to try to see what exactly she's being admitted for. I don't know if she's in active labor, or if her water broke, or if she's just having some complications, just because last week she was in the hospital for a couple of days, but she was discharged. She's toward the end of her pregnancy, so it's not like it's a surprise if she were to be in labor right now. Is she full term? No. Does she have a little ways to go? Yeah, but it's not uncommon for babies to be born at the week or gestation. I always get that word mixed up. That she's at right now. So I do suspect that this baby could possibly go to the NICU. And she does have an appointment with us coming up this week, so I doubt that she'll have this baby tonight, as long as they don't do anything like super crazy. And I don't know if she has an induction scheduled. So I'm just trying to be real with you guys. I'm trying to be honest and tell you that like my day was super slow, super uneventful. Like I got a lot of stuff done earlier in the morning. I have another patient that was sent over to us from the more traditional clinic, and she just is in need of some baby resources, some baby supplies and things like that, which is fine, and that's easily, I can just email that to her. But she's currently still there, and she was an add-on for an NST, which is a non-stress test, just to do some observations of the baby, check the heart rate and things like that, the movement of the baby. So I was trying to wait for her to actually leave the clinic so that I can contact her, because it can be a little chaotic. But I mean, I can always call her and leave a voicemail, but I just wanted to actually talk to her. I'm reading this note. I'm gonna just read through this chart, go over some things, see what the rest of this hour and 20 minutes looks like. Okay, so it looks like she actually isn't necessarily admitted into inpatient to actually deliver. She's not currently on any like labor and delivery floor. She is currently in like the women's evaluation unit, which is like an emergency room for pregnant women. So that's my chart reading. So we are at the end of the day, and it is 4:29. I'm about to clock out. It closed out that my patient did not deliver yet. She might be discharged today, but I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed my working from home like kind of routine. And yeah, it was just a slower day, so maybe I'll try to do a video on a day that is actually a little bit more chaotic. I know that I won't be able to do a video with me in my office just because, like I said, confidentiality. There's computers everywhere. There's co-workers that I also want to respect. So maybe if I can try to navigate something and figure something out, I'll try to do one in the office. But like I said, just thank you so much for watching. I am a medical social worker. I work in the maternal fetal unit, and if you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you want to share with me, leave a comment down below. Like this video if you want to see some more, or if you want me to do like a Q&A of different jobs that I've done in social work, what my goals or career plans are in social work, and yeah, just like anything else that you guys want to see. I know that my last video was pretty popular as far as like being an essential worker, which I still am. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy. Have a safe and beautiful day, and I love you guys. Bye.